So good to chat with you. I love the balloons.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, say hi to my friends. Say hi to the homies.
Well, I am so happy to chat with you and like to go talk about this film. We got to chat at the event
Yes.
yesterday, 2 days ago, and it was so much fun. And I love this film because I like Angel. Angel is my favorite character of the film because you know
Oh,
he is, because like you root for him, and he joins the Haywood siblings on their adventures into the unknown. He works at Fry's, is hired to set up their camera equipment at their home, and becomes too a little involved in their adventure. What can you tell us about Angel and his drive with these siblings? And when most people are like, "Oh, UFOs? Nope."
yeah, yeah. So with Angel and Laura, first off, thank you for having me. Truly, it was great to chat with you at the event. I'm so glad that we're chatting right now. Um, but yeah, with Angel, he's a kid that works at Fry's Electronics, and he's going through a breakup, or he's just been through a breakup, so he's heartbroken, and he's kind of depressed, and he's kind of lost, looking for purpose. And he stumbles across two people that actually earn his respect, because usually he feels like he's the smartest person in the room, and he treats his people as if they are beneath him originally. Then he kind of figures out that they're not biting at what he's giving. So he's a little curious, and then he kind of discovers that they're up to some mission, and he wants to be a part of it so bad. He's a bit lonely, wants some sort of community, and now it's his time to just really fulfill his purpose that he's now deemed to be this mission.
Yeah, well, your character, I know we touched on this a few days ago, but your character interacts with Kiki Palmer's Emerald a lot.
Yeah.
And they're both the comic relief really to the story. They
uh,
have they go through strange moments together. It's also lighthearted and funny. And it centers on a platonic friendship. There's no romance, which I love. It's just two
yeah.
buddies hanging out. How was this dynamic for you? How was the chemistry working with Kiki Palmer on creating this friendship that's just a friendship between these two, lighthearted characters?
So big shout out to Kiki Palmer, because as everyone knows, Kiki Palmer is incredible. She's an incredible actor, and I'm so excited for people to see the range that Kiki portrays in this film. And she's an incredible improvisational person. Like, she's so good at improv, and she's one of the funniest people ever. Like, and it's not like an act, like you meet Kiki and you're just having normal conversations. You're like just dying laughing. Like, she's so funny. So it was a treat to be able to work with someone that's dishing out stuff for you to play with. Yeah, working with Kiki was incredible. And I hope we get to do another picture together, because that dynamic and that chemistry that we all shared together as a whole cast was just, I loved it. I loved it. So yeah, I'm just very proud of the scenes that I have with Kiki, and I'm glad that we were able to bring some humor to some scary, can I swear, some scary,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So there's some stuff that goes down. So to get a little bit of chuckles and laughs, it's always a good thing. So I'm glad that I hope I served it. I hope I served it.
Well, going to the opposite of Kiki, you work with Michael Wincott, who
Yeah, yeah.
creepy in the film. Like, he is like the serious tough guy in the film, next to your sweet, like, hey, let's do this, like, adventure type of happy personality. What was the dynamic working together on that? How did you kind of balance each other out in the film?
Well, Michael's such an incredible actor, like, and his resume speaks for itself, and his performances speak for itself. Michael is incredible, and I'm so excited for people to see him in this type of role, because he's always the greatest villain ever. And now I'm excited for people to see him in a different light. And it's just so funny, because in person he's just such a warm sweetheart. He's like a little kid playing, and I love that about him. So when we're working, he's just playing to his own drum and just like going around, jumping around, having a good time. And I love his passion for performance and his passion for acting. He's far different than Antlers Holst. He's so different than his character, and his character is so just grounded, rough, raw, rugged. There's just this mystique to it, and I love that about it. And yeah, it's just so great that he portrays that dynamic well. And I think the dynamic of Angel knows who this legendary cinematographer is. And there's just that joy that he has with being around him and anything that you can learn from him. And I think deep down Antlers enjoys it too. It's just, he's got to maintain this stern feel. So I think that dynamic works because it's someone poking for something and there's someone that wants to give it but holds it back. So I think I think it works. I think it works.
Well, in this film, Jordan Peele is an iconic actor to work in sci-fi and horror, and really touches everyone, especially for people of color. The entire cast, except minus Michael Wincott, are people of color. What was it like working with Jordan Peele and in this film that meant to showcase people of color as leads in their own movie?
Yeah, I feel very privileged to be in this position. I'm glad. It's something that I literally could have never imagined. I watched Jordan Peele films and I've been such a big fan, but I truly never imagined myself being in one of the leading roles for a Jordan Peele film. I never imagined that ever in my life. So I'm just so grateful. I feel so blessed to be in this position. And I'm so glad that he trusted me with the opportunity, especially I haven't been granted the opportunity to really prove my ability in filmmaking yet and as an actor. And so I'm glad that he trusts me to be acting with these juggernauts, Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, Stephen Yeun, Michael Wincott. Like, that's crazy that I share a poster with them. And what makes me emotional, there's literally a post on my Instagram of me crying seeing this billboard because one, it's just a testament to how much hard work that was put into it. There's so much meaning, a lifetime of work for me to get to that point where I could see myself on a billboard. But on this scale and seeing who I'm standing next to and what we're all representing, it's such a diverse cast. And seeing so much color on a poster for one of the biggest movies of the year for Nope, like directed by a Black director. Thank you to Universal for trusting Jordan with this vision. And thank you to Jordan for trusting me. And thank you, Universal, as well, for approving me. And just making sure that we had diverse leads in this big spectacle movie, because we don't really see diverse leads on a grand scale. Like right now in today's day in Hollywood, we're getting indies for diverse leads, Black leads, and we're getting like TV shows and stuff. But for it to be a big spectacle film, that Jordan's going to break barriers, and I think he's going to showcase what Hollywood's been missing out on and what the world's been missing out on for a long time. And I'm glad that there's representation shown for a story that's just a grand spectacle story. Nothing that's just hammering down what color skin is. It's just people that are different colored that live in America handling this mission. Like that's what it's about. It's not like, yeah, it's just not so direct only about someone's race. We don't need that for every single picture. Allow us to experience just the spectacle, let's just get some normal situations as well. And it's sprinkled in there at points because that's our real life. And I think that's what Jordan's so great at. It's so grounded. This is far different than Get Out. This is far different than Us. This is less direct. It's more so just a grand scale. And there's a lot of metaphors within the film for sure, but there's no direct message. I feel like Get Out was very direct. This is what it is. And Us was direct, but it took you a route to get to it. And then now with Nope, I feel like there's no direct message. There's a million messages within this picture. And I think Jordan did that on purpose to really allow people to absorb this film in different ways.
Well, I'm glad that you touched on that because Jordan Peele does work. His work does tend to tell a deeper story. With Get Out, it was about dealing with racism, white privilege. Us was ourselves are our worst enemies. And now with Nope, there's so many different messages. What message did you feel like the movie was trying to tell, or what did you take from it?
So there's a million messages, and I'm going to continue to watch the film multiple times to find new meanings because I find a new one every time. And I've seen the early drafts of the film twice. So I'm excited to watch it. I'm going to watch it tomorrow, and I'm going to see some more. So I'm excited to watch it again. But yeah, the meanings that I got from it was how people deal with trauma. And it's a grand spectacle in how people are handling this mission with the trauma that they're dealing with in the real life. And you kind of see the passion that people deliver and the emotions that people delivered just based off of how they're handling things that they're going through in real life. So I think Jordan tells that very well, and each character has their own bit to express. So it's so cool to see that. And I think he delivered really well. And I think all the performers delivered well in that sense. So that's one aspect of it. And also, while reading the script and watching the film, since it's such an adventure, I think when I was just trying to conjure up my own ideas of how I would solve the mission. And I hope that the audience leaves with that as well. I want them to be driving home thinking, okay, like if I was in their position, what would I do? What different? Because I'm thinking like, oh, that's a good idea, but I could maybe do it this way. Because they're coming up with great ideas in the film, but there's also other ways, and I'm so excited to see what these Reddit forums come up with of how they would do it. So I hope people really absorb that, and I hope that people go to the theater to watch the film again, because you're gonna need to, you know, if you really want the full experience, just continue to watch it, absorb different bits and pieces of it. Jordan's films are so complex, and that's so beautiful, and he does it in a stunning manner. So go watch an IMAX. Go watch an open IMAX. That's literally built for theaters, and I love that Jordan's doing that too, because theaters were struggling after the pandemic. So I'm glad that he had a goal in mind to try to save some movie theaters. So hopefully
No, definitely. I have to watch it again because I'm still processing what I watched. It's so good. So, but thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited for everyone to see you. I hope everyone goes to Fry's afterwards to like try to meet people there.
They're closed.
There's one more. I think there's one more in Pointe Hills area. So I think there's one more.
I'd have to look it up because I think Fry's brand was closed because all right, we'll see.
One more. Well, I'll message you on Twitter. But yes.
Okay. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Laura, thank you so much. Thank
you.
In the lectures, fanboys, professional artists, and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard knock life, comics, movies,